If you build a home from scratch, you expect it to last a lifetime. These days, though, far too many new builds are failing to meet standards, full of shoddy workmanship. But dodgy tradies beware, nothing gets past this guy.
This is a complete demo job. I just can't believe how the engineer did this.
Look at that, mate. Not even fixed.
So there's actually cowboys coming from all over the world, and it's the Wild West at the moment. It's just crazy.
His name is Zahir Khalil.
Let's go.
The building inspector going viral online.
They're scamming the system, getting paid and going to the next job, and no one's stopping them.
As he attempts to take down the dodgy, the dishonest and the downright dumb.
You guys are installing paling fence that's rotted on the capping.
Now you've got a bolt that's barely even holding the beams.
But his gotcha videos and in-your-face approach has got many in the industry offside.
He ought to look at himself in the mirror, because what he is claiming on a lot of his videos is not fact.
I mean, check this out. Mate, what the hell's going on here? We started off TikTok, that made us go viral, so they call me the TikTok inspector.
He's created a character.
Let's go.
And likes to think he's a bit of a crime fighter.
So this is a waterproofing issue. So basically, over time, the water underneath the tiles will make its way outside this room.
He says he's using his builder's license to help homeowners get what they paid for.
Some people actually book us in, and when the builder finds out that it's me, they say, please don't book this guy. They cancel the booking and they fix the job.
He has more than 269,000 followers on TikTok.
It's a self-regulated industry. The roofer signs off his own job, waterproofer. You can get your next door neighbour to give you a certificate and say it's compliant. No one checks that.
But construction consultant Howard Ryan believes the building inspection business has the same problems.
Anybody can become a building inspector. After many, many years of negotiating with government departments to try and bring in licensing and regulation for the building inspection industry, it just falls on deaf ears.
He says after a 56-year-long career in the industry, Zahir's videos are doing nothing to help it.
He picks on the tops and bottoms of doors having to be sealed. That's not a breach of the code. It's only just a breach of the warranty from the manufacturer.
But he concedes there are issues with workmanship, and it's Australia-wide.
The problem that we have are the migrant builders coming to Australia who aren't properly qualified under the Australian regulations.
Showing us around this brand new townhouse in Melbourne, Zahir says it's
one of the worst I've ever seen.
The more you look, the worse it gets, and there's just red flags everywhere.
Registered structural engineer Dylan Pearce gave us a tour.
This front unit is holding up the next 4 units through party walls and firewalls.
So it's literally a house of cards?
It's a house of cards. If one goes down, they're all coming down.
Dylan says the entire project isn't earthquake-proof.
So if there's an earthquake or strong winds, this building will not stand up. We don't know where half of the steel in the buildings come from, if it complies with the Australian standards or not.
And there's 4 levels of this. The residents so frustrated with the $2.2 million build, they started ripping off plaster themselves to reveal what's hidden behind it.
This stud is already twisting and the building's only a few months old.
On the rooftop, it's much the same. I hear the resident can't install her barbecue up here. Why is that?
It's not unlikely to cause a collapse, but what you can end up doing is bending the floor and changing where all the water runs off to.
I mean, so look at all these scratches.
Yeah, it's very poor workmanship, and when you combine that with the poor design decisions, you end up with a very unsafe building.
Zahir wrote to Melbourne City Council about the townhouse's safety issues. In a statement, it told A Current Affair,
the City of Melbourne is investigating concerns relating to a new development and has referred the matter to the Victorian Building Authority.
the building comprises 12 townhouses. That's 12 new homeowners now trying to figure out, do they look to sell, fight for a refund, or get it fixed?
If I was them, I'd sue ASAP.
But the TikTok inspector wants to make it known.
Not all trades are bad. There's actually really good trades out there. They go above and beyond, and some of them are just pure cowboys.
Your work is good from far, but far from good.